those of you who've been on the high-end workshops, you've seen me do this before, so you've just got to indulge me for just a minute or so. But there's a real point to this. Now, if I asked you to hold the cable, this is one of these VGA things, hold the cable, one end, you can't let go, you can't do any funny things with your fingers, you've just got to keep them like that at all times. You know, it's too short, so you can't pass it over your head and all those, but I want you to turn that, tie a knot in it without letting go, right? Who thinks of how to do it? It can be done. Can you get a knot out of something like this? It seems impossible, doesn't it? I'm just going to ask Ian, we're going to take a chance here because we've just got Ian on the camera today, and when he comes out, he might only pick his hands up or whatever, but never mind, there's a point to this. So just come out here a minute, Ian. Leave that camera as it is, because then we'll see where we get to. Now then, just hold the cable for me, mate. Just get to where you think will be sensible. Hold the cable there. Let me do this. Put one end in either end. Okay, so I'm holding it, as I've said, I'm not letting go. I'm just pulling it out. And there's a knot. Now I'm a magician, aren't I? Thanks, Ian, mate. Go as tight as you want, on the camera. Now, you're thinking, those of you who've not seen me doing this before, thinking, what is he on? He's obviously been on some speed or spliffs or whatever they call these things nowadays that the young people take. I've got a knot here. Okay, so what's the point of this? Well, it's what teachers call it an object lesson. And the object lesson here is that things can seem overwhelming and they can seem very difficult. They can almost seem impossible until somebody shows you how all of a sudden the impossible becomes obvious. You know, cross their hands, pull it into a knot. And this demonstration, it got me thinking about the biggest question, chuck this on the floor, that comes up at workshops that I've been teaching at this year. And I've coached at 13 workshops this year, costing students as much as $15,000 for a 2-day event, which delivers intense business coaching. And yet every single time somebody asks me about the impossible dream. Do you remember that song? The impossible? No, you don't want me to sing it anyway. And it's this. What about creating products? Oh, it really scares me. It's so hard. Now, I think people have this fear because with most other things, you can be taught just follow step 1, step 2, step 3. But with products, it's all about like creativity, and God didn't make me that way. Well, He didn't make me that way either. But let me tell you, you'll be able to easily handle this if you just keep tuned in on my video blogs. Now, today is not the time to give you my $15,000 product creation workshop, but I do want to focus in with laser precision and help you understand a couple of really important, in fact, I would say really vital truths that you must grab a hold of and start using from today onwards. So start using today. So if you want to pause now, do so, get your book and pen, in which I hope you're keeping notes week by week, as this stuff is your concentrated, complementary coaching program for setting up your very own home-based business and starting to generate an income that has the potential to make your dreams come true. Right, okay. First things first, a little background, just in case you don't already know this. And by the way, if you do, then you'll enjoy this as a positive refresher. Now let me get my marker because I need to use the blackboard. Okay, so I'm going to use the blackboard on this. Bit of theory. Now then, this is that's called a funnel in marketing terms. It's called the marketing funnel. Got used to my writing by now, haven't you? And the idea with the marketing funnel is you need to get people to come in the top. And the top are products that are usually under $100. They're sort of small, cheaper, what's called the front end products. Now this will be common to a lot of you. And then you move people through the funnel and you increasingly add more expensive products. So you might go to $200 and eventually you may get down to, $15,000. And these are called, everything after this front end here is called back end. And the point is this, the purpose of the front end is to get people into the marketing funnel at under $100. They'll trust you, you build relationships, all the sort of stuff that we're doing here. And what you do with this is you break even. So you're not looking to make any profit on this. You're just building your list of potential customers. You're breaking even. Your money's made, the profit is all made in this back end of 200, 250. You may start at $9 and work your way up, sort of stuff that we've done, all the way up to $15,000. And increasingly, you get fewer people going through. But that's where it is. And the point of this is front end, build your custom base, break even. Back end, that's where you make your profits. Okay. Now let me just get this off the wall and go back to let's go back to talking to you again on camera. Okay. With every product. And straight away, and why not? So I didn't want this, just break even on the front end. And I'm here today to tell you that you can make, now listen to this, back end profits, that's where the profits are, from front end products. I'm just going to pause, then I'm going to repeat that for you. You can make back end profits, that's the money, the profit, from your little front end products. Now you want to know how, don't you? Well, here's how. Are you ready? Okay, now I'm going to go and use the board again because I just want to try and explain how you can make front-end profits from back-end products. Sorry, you make back-end profits from front-end products, and that'll be really clear to you. Right. The key is this. It's what's called subscription or continuity products. Subscription based, just like our wives are partners with magazines every month, or the guys with the car magazines and stuff. You're taking on something every single month. Now the trick with this, of course, is these are front-end products. In fact, rather than it being $99 or $100, I'll show you one here I've got. This is a product I'm launching at the moment. So every month the customer gets a nice book, and they actually get a tin with a little DVD in it. And they get that every single month. It's subscription-based. It's continuity-based. But the trick for me with this one is, that one is the one we're talking about now is $37 a month. So it's what we call the front end. It's where you're building your list. But just think about this for a moment now. What I've done is I've sold it once. I've marketed it once with the video, with the sales letter, done all that once. But I'm then collecting the cash and obviously delivering the product. It's got to be good. Collecting the profit on month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? 6 months, 12 months. There's a friend and colleague of mine has got a 48-month one, and he's got 20,000 customers that have subscribed to that, and that's netted him over $7 million. So you market it and sell once, but deliver month after month after month. And that, my friends, is what's called how to make back-end profits from front-end products. Because these products are they're good value, they're low value, and you deliver them month after month after month. Okay, there's a much better chance your students will learn and take action, so advance and become one of those one-to-one face-to-face students who need your $15,000 coaching, your $20,000 coaching, by using continuity-based products where they get used to you training them. And I'm going to go into the breakdown and the maths in part 2 when you click on the part 2 button below. But just reflect for a moment. The maths is amazing when you start doing this stuff. It's really incredible. But just reflect for a moment. With continuity products, you get to make the back-end profits. I've said it like 4 times, but I've got to say it again. I want the penny to drop from front-end products. And that fact must get a hold of you. And it's got to keep you awake at night. So you've got to chew on it until it's immense. And simple power works its way into your very being. I know I'm sounding like a preacher again, I'm sorry. So click on the button below and watch on the next video how I unpack this in more detail and talk to you about the maths and the profit and the sheer explosive nature of it. I'll see you on the next video. Click below. Bye.